Hey guys, welcome back to Behind the Paradigm. We're here with Ben again, per usual. We had a great update last week and a good one this week too. I'll share really quick. I think you guys saw on Twitter, I'm going to pull it up here, that last week we did a poll to see what you guys wanted to see first with all the behind the scenes of drifters. And last week you guys said you wanted to see more about just the process of how we translated the CyberBroker style into drifters. So we just posted a thread today. This video is probably going up tomorrow. So yesterday, on some of the stylization choices we took when creating the body, the base of the drifter. We kind of went into detail of originally how we found the CyberBroker style, which we wanted to put everything on chain. So meant we had to work with vector files, or that was our choice of artistic style was vector files, so we could get the most detailed art that we could possibly fit into CyberBrokers. This is sort of a little fun version of Ashura where we showed that every shape and pixel was, created to form Ashura and eventually be stored on chain. But we didn't want to lose that aspect when we created drifters. So we went to the drawing board, started making some sketches of how even CyberBrokers would look fully in 3D, took some really wonderful inspiration from Azamat, who obviously helped with all of the CyberBrokers art, even created some interesting characters with AI as just reference points to continue to build out the 3D CyberBrokers or drifters. Then we went, this was over many, many, many hours and rounds of iteration, but we started building the actual 3D models. And obviously here it's just in the gray clay modeling, but we'll eventually start talking about the texture style that we chose as well. But you'll see we took a regular body and we made the shoulder sharper, really carved out a lot of the muscle tone, faceted certain areas on her ribs, her chest, the back of her calves, and kind of just put this stylization all over our characters for the male and female to really get back to this sort of vector faceted stylized look that we created with CyberBrokers. So that was really fun to share. Hope you guys like that. And if there are other things you guys want to see on there, please let us know. But all week we'll be going through the next steps of how we stylize the clothing, and then also how we created the texturing for the whole set, which is really cool and probably one of my most favorite things that we did. So that's all I have to share, and I'll drop it to you, Ben.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Hey, everyone. All right, so the update for Paradigm Found, I just realized I am not sharing my screen, which is a great way to start recording for today. Perfect. Okay, so we are here in Tombstone. You can see the new area, the Devil's Watchtower. There's also Fury Waste, which is this area over here. You're going to start to see this more and more. The raids should go live this week. So here we have our new, our fantastic, I don't even know what to call them, our fighting hamster.
Rusty Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, the best I can possibly describe him as. Probably my favorite character in the game right now. Krusty Tom is the kind of the watcher at the watchtower. He's taking care of, coordinating the raids, watching when the enemy comes through, and kind of warns everyone the severity of the enemy. So when you come in here, you can learn more about the raid. You get to find out details of what type of enemy is coming in this next raid. In this particular raid, we have 3 different tiers of difficulties. We have Apprentice, we have Journeyman, and we have Expert. For people who play Paradigm Found, you'll know that those are the middle 3 tiers. So this is a raid boss. This is not the typical enemy. So if you're going up against a character one-on-one, you will typically have match dice, match health levels and whatnot. Not so with this enemy. This enemy is going to require a lot of people, even at a certain difficulty tier, to take it down. So we have been forwarded into the Fury Waste, where we are now waiting. We have 1 minute to wait for the enemy to arrive. Because I am testing, there's only 1 person in here right now. Normally you would come in here, you would talk to everybody, come up with a plan. There are strategies that you can use against the raid boss. There are consumable items that will draw the raid boss's attack to you, which will let other players coordinate the attack. Otherwise, by default, the raid boss will just attack everybody with an area of effect attack, and you cannot defend against it. You will just get hit. Well, you will roll your defense rolls, but you cannot do damage back to it. So the enemy is going to appear in the real raids. This will happen 3 times a day. Right now for testing, we have this happening every 10 minutes. This is the Sandstorm Sovereign. This is the apprentice version of the Sandstorm Sovereign. You will see a different appearance for him or it for the expert and the journeyman versions, which is very fun to kind of come in here and see that. You'll also notice that the health bars up here for apprentice are much higher than normal. This is roughly 8 to 10 times higher than you would normally see for an enemy. So you'll come in here, the enemy attacks you right away. I am playing with a very a stacked character right now with high dice because I want to show you how the raid ends. But when we come in here, you'll attack, you'll get the same information that you would for a character. You'll see the dice, you don't have to worry about inspecting the character because it is an enemy in the game. Now we'll come in here to challenge, same deal as always. We're getting a hit. We're getting hit a few times here, but it's not really doing any damage to us, just a little bit in the body because we are so powerful. Most players are not that powerful, and I will tell you the journeyman and the expert is significantly harder. So if we come in here, we can take them out with a 1 solid punch. I think if there's anything else I should talk about here. The layout for the raid boss here, we have taken a long time to make raids because of how it hits every difficult technical component of building a game that works in the web with, okay, maybe I shouldn't get into it, but the nice thing is that all of that lays the groundwork and the basis for making other PvE experiences. So what you are seeing here is the first of the PvE experience focused on raids, you and a whole group of people up against one badass boss is trying to take you all out. If you beat it, you get a really nice reward that scales with the tier and the difficulty. We are able to take the same engine, and you will in the future, later online, see things like endless dungeons where you just keep fighting hordes of enemies one after another as an individual character in a solo experience. It also lets us kind of bring this into other parts of the game. So now that
and also with the if you are not as powerful as your character currently is and you're getting hit with some of his attacks, you can totally be knocked out, right? Do you want to talk about what happens if you get drained?
Yes, I wish I had another character in here to demo that. So if you have a character that does get knocked out by the Sandstorm Sovereign, for those of you who play the game right now, you'll know you'll go to the Phantom Protocol. In the Phantom Protocol, you either have to wait 20 minutes or you pay, is it Vest? I forget. You pay a little bit and you can come out.
Yeah.
And you can also remez other characters. You cannot remez your own characters, but it really helps in this multiplayer environment because you can bring people back in and then just keep going at the raid boss. In this particular scenario, if you are knocked out and you come back in, you're going to have very little health. The bar that got knocked out is going to be at 1 health. You'll have to either heal yourself or pray that you don't get hit. You don't lose health in that particular health bar. And
then also sorry, go ahead.
Nope, go for it.
Well, I was just going to say that also this, do you want to explain the time at the top as well?
Yep, the raid boss hits once a minute on the minute. That's why you see these attacks coming in. Just like in PvP, you can only attack once per minute. I hope I still have time to attack the guy. Nope, we lost. That's what happened.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
I was talking too much.
I guess we're gonna have to save that for later. You're gonna have to see what happens when you beat him. But yes, actually that was perfect segue. There is a timer in the normal raid bosses that you'll be playing. There are only 3 battles a day. You'll have hundreds of blocks to defeat your enemy. Depending now for the apprentice, that's not so bad. You can keep coming back, whittle it down, take it out. For the expert and the journeyman, you will find that much more difficult. So coordinate, bring the right people. If you keep getting knocked out and you can't survive, you can always leave. You can
And you
abandon.
can't jump in mid-raid. You have
Yes.
to be there at the very start, which is also kind of tricky. So you have to like band your crew together before it starts, and you actually have to click like sign up to be in there when the time is starting. So you have to be coordinated.
Yep, this is fully voluntary. We can actually jump back when we hit continue. We're gonna get thrown back into the Devil's Watchtower, and you'll see, oh, the next one starts soon. Again, when these are 3 a day, it will be much further in the future. But in this case, we can always come back in, sign up, and you can walk away. You can leave now. So you can switch over to another character. So if I switch to this character, come back, I feel in a previous one with this character, then I can come in here and I can join. And now both this character and Saffron, who have signed up for it, will now be pulled over. So you have to still be in the Devil's Watchtower. So do not travel to another region. You can like browse the game, you can play that way, but once you travel to another area, you are no longer waiting in the Devil's Watchtower. So as long as you are there at the time of the turnover, your character will get pulled over.
Sweet. I'm excited for raids to get out there and see people band together to beat and for short in our Slack, I've been calling him Sand Boy, but it's the Sandstorm Sovereign. Awesome. Thanks, Ben. Anything else to say about raids or anything?
No, just keep in mind, I know a lot of you have been waiting for a really long time, so have we. This is a prototype of everything we want to build in the future. So keep that in mind. Give us harsh feedback. We want to make it awesome. So thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. That's all for today's Behind the Paradigm. Like I said, if you guys want to know more about specific things in the game or with drifters, lots of stuff coming up on Twitter, but feel free to drop in Discord or comment on Twitter to let us know what you want to hear more about. Thank you. And if we don't post before, well, we'll post on Twitter, but we won't, Ben and I won't be on Behind the Paradigm before Halloween. So have a very, very happy Halloween. Hope you dress up as something really epic and let us know if you do. All right. See you guys.